Hey everybody, it's Jason with All-Star Welding, back at you with another exciting video. Well, today I'm going to show you what flux core wire that I use personally, what size that I use, and why. Have y'all subscribed to my channel? Make sure you subscribe, hit that thumbs up button, and leave a comment down below. And if you like what I'm doing and if you're learning something, don't be afraid to hit that super thanks button and buy me a cup of coffee. So flux core wire is actually made all over the world. There's several manufacturers that make it here in the United States. And in the Asian market, of course, there's China, Vietnam, South Korea, Malaysia. There's also some that's made in England and in Italy. When it comes to the Asian market, I prefer the wire that's made in South Korea over Vietnam, and I usually choose Vietnam over China. And that's just me. And it's not a geopolitical thing. You know, I really don't care where it's made. I just find that the wire that's made in South Korea just seems to be a little bit better quality. And my favorite wire right here that I'm going to show you in just a second is made in South Korea. And I think it comes down to the ingredients that they're using for the flux, or maybe the metal that they're using in the actual wire itself. But another person left a comment. He wanted to know why I use 030 wire the most. Well, when I'm using my flux core machine, I'm usually running it off the Vulcan Outlaw 195. And when I go out on a job and I'm using flux core, it's usually on a little handrail or a fence, usually between, you know, maybe 14, 12 gauge. 030 wire is plenty because that lets me use a lower temperature on the settings on the flux core machine, which reduces the chance of burning a hole all the way through. If it's something bigger and I need, you know, bigger wire, I'm usually going to use stick welding, or I'm going to bring it back to the shop and just use MIG or TIG. And he also wanted to know how he can make his welds look better. Well, you already know I've got several videos out there on the different techniques that I use. And I'm not trying to make it sound like mine is the way to go. You know, it's not by any means. It's just the methods that I use personally. You need to find out what methods work best for you. The second tip is make sure that you put a wire brush on your angle grinder and really clean that metal off. Get that mill scale off, get the dirt off, get the rust off, any paint or primer, anything like that. Because what's going to happen is the BBs that come off your weld is going to attach to those impurities, and it's just going to spread it all over the place. The third tip is get down in that weld. Don't be afraid to get really, really close. I've seen a lot of people using flux core, and they're a 1/2 inch to 3/4 of the 3/4 of an inch off the weld. And that just makes more spatter. The closer you are into it, that wire is going to push into that weld rather than try to bounce off. And that's where a lot of your BBs and your spatter's coming from. Number 4, the fourth tip is to use some kind of anti-spatter spray. This one just happens to be CRC. I picked up this can at I think Napa. You know, I don't know. But if you want to see a really good video about all of the different types of spatter sprays, check out Fireball Tools. He made a very long video where he's comparing, I think, 45 different types or brands of spatter spray. He also gets down into those myths of you know, people using cooking spray. But check that out. And if you really want to know wire as compared to other brands of wire, Brandon Lund has a really good video, and Mike Festiva. They both have really good videos where they compare several wire brands and wire types, and they break it down all the way down to the cost per foot, or something like that. But so somebody asked me why I don't make a video comparing other brands. That's because that the brand that I choose, there's no comparison to me, and this is purely my opinion. But if you're ready, I'm going to show you what wire I use. Here we go. Can we get a drum roll? It's the Weldcote E71T Flux core wire. This is a E71T-GS Weldcote wire. You can buy it at probably your local welding supply, which is where I get mine. You could probably get it on Amazon. You can order straight from them. You can find another distributor. And if you just can't find it anywhere, call Oconee Welding Supply in Seneca, South Carolina. Tell them I sent you. Tell them you want to buy a couple of rolls of this, and they'll be glad to sell it to you, mail it to you. But that's my choice right there. E71T wire is the Weldcote Flux core wire, and it is made in Korea, so South Korea. But I hope this helps somebody. And again, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel. Hit that like button. Give me a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below. Leave us a comment about what wire you use. Take a look at it and let us know where it's made. It'll be interesting to see the various brands of wire that's being used around the YouTube people. But look, I'm very sick and my voice is starting to go out. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video. But I really appreciate you watching, and leave a comment. You know that I answer every comment that comes along. But y'all have a good weekend. And look, Thanksgiving's coming up. Have a great Thanksgiving. And look for a special announcement somewhere around Thanksgiving. I think you're going to like it. I'm doing another giveaway. Y'all have a good weekend.